Now to a story of how mega penguins once walked the earth. Imagine a penguin the size of this man. That's our science reporter, Jonathan Webb. We're going to be talking to him about another story in a minute. But he is 6'6", and that's the size that scientists say an extinct version of mega penguin once roamed the earth. Let's have a look at that if we can. No, it's just not going to work for me. But essentially, bones have been found in Antarctica to say that these mega penguins were 6'6" tall. But the real reason we're talking to Jonathan Webb is about ants and whether they indeed have a personality. Jonathan, what do we know about this? Ants having a personality in their own colonies?
Yeah, so it's not individual ants, it's the whole colonies. A team of researchers from Arizona looked at colonies of ants from down where they live, but all across the western US, all the way up to near Seattle in Washington. And they found that when they followed the ants in the wild, which literally meant crawling around on their hands and knees and following how far they went from their nests, and also when they took whole colonies back to the lab and filmed their behaviour, there were certain personality traits that went together, and there were certain differences that changed with latitude. So it seems that a colony of ants, when you've got several hundred of them all together, can display a personality, and also that it's affected by the environment.
But what were those personalities? I think I was reading that some are more aggressive and they're risk takers.
Exactly. So some of these things that tend to go together, for example, the ants from one colony might tend to go a little bit further away from home when they're looking for food, and those also tend to be the colonies where there'll be much more aggressive behaviour when there's a threat. So those sorts of behaviours put the colony under slightly more risk, and so it seems like there's a sort of a risk-taking axis where things line up, and that tends to happen more in the north. So it seems like maybe where the winters are longer, they have less of a window to do all their reproduction and get everything done. They take a few more risks to make sure that everything happens.
Fascinating stuff. Jonathan, thanks for also being a good sport on our penguin story. Many thanks to you too for watching BBC Outside Source. That's it for this week, but I'll be back next week. We'll see you then.